Donte, when you kind of looked at the film after the game last night, just what kind of stands out about what needs to change going into game 2?
We weren't ready. We played like we need to respond on Thursday, tomorrow.
Do you know, can you put your finger on why it was that way?
Everything. Collectively across the board, we know. We watched it. We need to be a lot better. We need to have better approach tomorrow, and we need to come out and, punch first.
When the circumstances are like that, and it's you guys are putting it on yourselves, is that almost easier to take or harder in terms of like knowing?
I mean,
that
it's not easy to take because it's the
Yeah.
second round of the playoffs. There's no bad teams left in the NBA playing right now, and to come out there in the game 1 and play that we, the way that we did, that's not easy to take. Now, you look at it, you move forward, you focus on tomorrow, and the things that we can change are very changeable. So we just got to be ready to go.
Does it feel like a little bit of a wake-up call at all? Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So, putting the film up on the board today, that's exactly what the feeling was across the board for everybody. Everybody in that room. There wasn't one person. I guess you would say there was nobody safe in that room today, and we needed it. We needed it, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Donte, Steph is going to be out at least a week for Warriors. So how does that change your guys' preparation and mindset?
He had 13 points, 13 minutes, and then they kicked their ass for the rest of the game. So, you don't want anybody hurt. You want them at their, you want to play the team at their best, strength. But they're up 1-0, and no matter who's on the court, we have to focus on what we can control, and we know exactly what we can control tomorrow. And we have to come out from the jump ball up until the last whistle and be ready to go.
You guys were top 10 in both offense and defense during the regular season. Do you feel like one of those areas let you down more last night?
They were kind of hand in hand. It was, sometimes we couldn't get stops when we were scoring, and then sometimes we couldn't score, so we couldn't get stops throughout the game. So we have to do a better job of controlling, the 50-50 balls, the extra possessions, the transition game, and also just, our overall energy and attitude and, approach to the game tomorrow. I think you'll see a more lively team, a more ready-to-go team, and that's what we need to do.
In those games, when you're having kind of the drop-off in energy, is that something that you guys recognize on the bench and try and, obviously you try and correct it, but what's kind of the feeling? Is it like, oh gosh, this is happening again, or?
Last night hasn't happened in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you could feel it. You're trying to continue to fight. We found life in the game where I think we were down 9 or 10. And then they made a couple more winning plays, and now they're up 17. And that was, it's deflating, and you can feel it, but you don't realize the magnitude of it until you come in and watch it. You can watch it by yourself after the game, but when you come in and you're in there as a group and the coaches are pointing out certain things that you may not have seen or felt in the game, it's glaring when you're watching the film. And like I said, that's, it's a punch in the gut, and we needed it, and we'll be ready to go. There's nobody hanging our heads right now. We understand what happened yesterday, and we understand what we're going to do tomorrow.
Donte, there's been several times this year where a film session has they've had to get into. What is it about this team that responds well to that kind of feedback and
there's
critique?
no egos. Everybody understands that they can take criticism, and everybody has an open mind. But it's across the board. There's no, there's one guy you can't say anything to, or anything's on the table in there. And we all like each other on and off the court, and we understand what the goal here is. So as long as we understand the goal and you trust, the coach's game plan, just you ride with the results.
Thanks.